New satellite images you want to show us that really breaks down how this storm could be getting stronger.
So we have the ability to show 1 kilometer resolution. It's really detailed satellite imagery. And then when you show this picture here to our viewers, guys, in the back, on the northern side, you see that grayish white looking area right there? Those are the thunderstorms that are growing incredibly high. They're wrapping around the northern side of that eye wall. The other thing we've noticed on the radar, and you don't see this a lot in developing hurricanes, is lightning. But we've got an immense amount of lightning on that southeastern quadrant that's probably wrapping around now towards the northern side. That's a sign that this is definitely in that strengthening phase. Whether or not that's going to be rapid intensification or not, we'll just have to wait and see. But off to the right, and Cam and I have been watching this from Fort Myers to Naples. Cam, we've seen on the radar multiple tornado warnings down south, and that is going to head, that energy is going to head our way.
That's right, because we will be on the right side of the system with that forward motion of the storm. We're going to be in the front right quadrant, and we're on the eastern side of the system, which means severe weather is actually a threat. A lot of people just focus in on where the storm is itself, but even if you're outside the cone, we are watching potential for tornadoes starting tonight and lasting through tomorrow. So make sure you have a way to get alerts, because one of my biggest concerns is this is going to make landfall early tomorrow morning, and you may not get the alerts. Like, it's going to be happening early in the morning, likely while many of us are sleeping.
And we should have a plan in place before we go to bed tonight, right?
Yes, for sure.
It should be done now.
It should be done,
For where you're going to go in your home and all of that.
Correct.
Especially if you hear the tornado warnings pop up. So.
You know, one of the safest places to go, though, actually, now that you brought it up, is if you have a 2-story home, you know, your stairwell underneath your steps.
Yeah, the closet.
That's a really good safe place for a lot of folks. We use that in our house, in fact.
Nicknamed the Harry Potter closet. And Tony, when you look at the storm preparations, what are the impacts that we're going to feel? Because this thing is way off the coast in the Gulf, but Fort Myers and Naples have been getting battered for a couple hours now.
They're getting the rain. That's the one component down south. But the bigger fear, the biggest component of concern is this surge. You know, the surge in Tampa Bay, remember, they're under a surge warning, is going to be about 4 to 7 feet. But you go north of there to the Big Bend area, we're talking potentially 10 to 15 foot storms.
It's all marsh.
It is marsh, but you get 10 to 15 feet. That's going to come in, though, a little bit. So that's where we got to be careful.
And the winds, the tropical storm strength winds expand out 160 miles from the center. So, you know, that's why we focus in, like, not so much, okay, don't focus on just where the center circulation is going, because that wind field is so large, and it will continue to get larger as it develops and strengthens.
How big is this storm? It looks massive. Is it hundreds of miles? Is that what it is?
Well, right now these hurricane force winds are pretty compact.
Okay.
They're about less than 20 miles and around, but it's a fairly decent sized system.
It's growing.
It's growing.
It's growing?
It's growing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give us the specs.
Okay, let's get the details.
We love to do this. We like to show you guys the consistency of the models. That's a sign that we're getting more and more confident that we feel that landfall is going to be in this area. The other thing that we do like to do is take the cone and show you where the envelope of the latest computer models are. Remember yesterday we had a few on the right side? Well, the trend has been more towards the western side of this forecast cone, which bodes well for the wind department in Marion County. It's still going to get the worst of the winds, but it doesn't look as intense as it did 24 hours ago. You're still going to have hurricane force winds, but had the center point been over here, you would have a longer duration of hurricane force winds. You're still going to have them. And I want to make sure you're very clear on that. But the trend going farther away for you is indeed helpful. The biggest concern, we just mentioned this at the desk, the storm surge here, 10 to 15 feet now being indicated from the Hurricane Center up towards the Big Bend. Let's get back to that wind. This is incredibly important now. You can see 74 to 110 northwestern Marion County. The center point here, upwards of 75-mile-an-hour winds. The rest of central Florida, there's a reason why you're under a tropical storm warning, because we think the peak winds here are going to be running right around 40 to as much as 60 miles an hour. So power outages definitely likely where this makes landfall. We may have power outages into Flagler County, Sumter County, could even extend back towards Lake County if those squalls coming up get intense like we get into those afternoon daily showers and storms. The rain, though, going to be the heaviest here up in Marion County. You're watching the tornado threat as we are. Hurricane warning west, tropical storm warning east. As we stay out west here, there's Bushnell, Rutland, the villages, 4 to 5 inches of rain, isolated 6+. You as well under a hurricane warning. We get into Lake County. You have that tornado threat, but you're under a tropical storm warning. Again, wind gust here potentially 50 to 55 miles an hour. We have all of these county by county maps on west.com. weather.com, and of course on our Twitter pages, Facebook, social media pages there, we put those out. First line of rain coming into the Tampa Bay area. There's a center of circulation, a lot of lightning there, but notice the banding coming ashore now. Naples, Fort Myers, we had some tornado warnings there earlier, and we are talking about the potential for some significant rainfall. With more on that, here's meteorologist Cam Tran.
Yeah, we just discussed about how large the system is, and because it's so big and wide, we will start really seeing some of those outer feeder bands by this evening. So we will start to see those rain chances really pick up after dinner time tonight. So in terms of the amount of rainfall that we could see from Idalia, the highest rain amounts will be off to the west, where some areas can easily pick up a half a foot of rain, especially in Marion County and Sumter counties. Now in the Orlando metro, we're looking at closer to 2 to 4 inches of rain, while folks along the coast, since you're a little bit farther away from the center of circulation, we could see about 1 to about 3 inches of rain there for areas along the coast. So we're talking about not just the winds, but a pretty significant rain amount. So for folks out to the west. In fact, that is why we have a flood watch in effect until 8 o'clock Thursday morning for Marion County, or at least western Marion County and Sumter counties until about then, because we are watching the potential for some flooding. Here's a look at futurecasts of when we'll see the bulk of the rain. So as I mentioned earlier, after dinner time tonight, we'll start to see some of the far outer bands of the system already reaching our areas. So expecting rain at late this evening and into the overnight hours. But look at 8 a.m. Look at how we start to see some of the heavier bands off to the west here into Marion and Sumter counties. By lunchtime, a lot of us dealing with that squally weather, and that will continue through the afternoon into the evening tomorrow before finally we start to see a break from some of the intense rainfall. So here's a look at the timeline with Idalia. This afternoon, it will grow in intensity as it moves over the very warm waters of the Gulf and continue to intensify. Tonight, squally weather will be moving into central Florida, and along with some of those squalls, we are watching the potential for tornadoes. I can't emphasize enough, we could see some severe storms with this system as it moves north. And then by Wednesday, early Wednesday morning is when we're expecting landfall near the Big Bend region. That will bring us heavy rainfall here in central Florida, and some of the strongest winds will be for our far northwestern counties. Here's a look at the day planner as you look ahead for the rest of the day today. So conditions will continue to deteriorate as we go through the rest of the afternoon and evening, and then overnight tonight into tomorrow is when we'll really see the worst of the weather for most of us. If you did not see your county in this hit, don't worry, Tony and I will come back again. We'll have the Orlando metro coming up county by county in those areas next time we see you.